Hey guys, I know I haven't done a YouTube video in a little minute. It's because I've been getting everything together to move to Japan, and that's kind of what this video is about. It's about like big move jitters and just getting yourself prepared to like leave and just kind of like how I've been feeling. Um I was supposed to leave September 7th, and then my school was like, hey, there's a backup on some stuff that you need to get your student visa. And so you probably need to move your flight. So I moved my flight to September 11th. And I remember before, sometimes I would be in my room, like crying, thinking about the fact that I'm going to be like away from my parents, like across the world from them. And that if something happens to them health wise or anything like that, I can't just like hop on a plane and like have a quick little flight. Like it's going to be so much harder. I'm going to always have to pay like $1,000 something to even go see them. And that worried me and that scared me. So I would like cry in my bed. But now that it's getting pushed back even further, part of me is kind of like wishing that the band-aid would get ripped off. Like I feel like the only way I'll be okay with leaving to go to Japan now is if the band-aid was ripped off. Like if it was like, yeah, you're leaving next week, you need to go. You know what I mean? Because like before, I thought the biggest move of my life was when I got into university and my parents moved me into my dorm room and left me. I thought that was like the biggest move, but the 2 years went by like that. And yeah, I'm gonna be in Japan for 2 years too, but like your parents moving you into your dorm room is not the same as you having to move yourself to a totally different country and inside of your apartment all by yourself, because I'm not going to have any help. And I thought about that too, the fact that like, I've always had this village, like I've always had my family to like really truly be there, through the biggest steps of my life. And the fact that like I'm gonna have to be the one that moves myself to Japan and takes care of everything, and I'm not gonna have anybody to rely on but myself, kind of scares me a little bit. And I think about those kids that be like, I moved out of my parents' house and moved myself here and figured my life out. And it's like I 100% like commend them for doing that, because the fact that I have to do that is so scary. I've always had like, I could always look to my mother and be like, yeah, my mommy is going to help me figure out rent, and my mommy is going to help me figure out how to get this car here. And then now it's kind of like, okay, mama and dad is not going to be there to help me with anything. And I don't know, like it's so weird that I already feel lonely. Like I know when I get there, I am going to have somebody I know, because I did meet this girl that is in the same program as me and going to the same school as me. And like, I know that, I'll know her, but at the same time, like she doesn't know me like my parents know me. And when COVID hit, like I lost all of my friends. I cut them all off because I started going to therapy and started realizing things about myself. And I just realized that they weren't the type of friends for me. And so like, it's just been me and my family, and the me that has evolved since like 2020. It's 2022 now, so it's been 2 years of evolving. Like no one knows that side of me but my parents. Nobody knows that this new me, like whether you have a simple conversation with me or not, you don't know me the way my parents do. And so I know it's going to be so lonely in Japan when I first get there, because I'm thinking about the fact that like now more than ever, I'm like closed up. Like I don't really open up to people. My social skills are at an all-time low. Like me wanting to even go out and make friends is at an all-time low. And then the fact that like when I do show somebody like me, I don't really show them all of me, because like for instance, like how like some people are haters. Like I'm a hater. Like if a girl walks in the room or a guy walks in the room and like they give me bad vibes, I don't like them instantly. And like every time they speak, I'm going to be like, ugh, did you hear blah, blah, blah. And like not a lot of people are like that. And so it's like I think about showing people over there all of me and then like rejecting it. And I also think about how like closed off I'm going to be, and the fact that I don't want them to see all of me. And just wondering if people are going to accept me, the way I am, the way that my family has. Because like I said, I feel like this has been the best version of myself that I've ever been. And just thinking about going over there, being so confident in that and secure in that, and going over there and like knowing that I have to show that to other people and then risk other people not liking that is scary. And it's lonely, because I know that like I would rather avoid the real me and like the true me getting rejected over there. I would rather avoid that by like not opening up and not saying anything to anybody. So I think about like the loneliness of it, like how lonely it's gonna be over there. Like, if I wanted to talk about my favorite TV show or like move or like movies and food and music. You know, I could go to any of my like either one of my parents and they'll be like all engaged in it. But thinking about over there, how people could be like, I don't want to fucking hear that. Like, I'm like, ugh. So it's sad. It's a sad experience. Like, I don't think people really talk about, like, unless like you have a bad family life and you're like, fuck these bitches. Like, I don't think anybody talks about how like scary it is to have a whole suitcase, like fit all of your life in like two suitcases, and then be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be across the world and nobody's gonna know me. I'm not gonna speak the language, and I have to be, and like you're gonna have to make a new network of people. Like, you're gonna have to build it from scratch. Like, that is a scary thing. It's so scary. And like, I don't know. I hope I do a good job at it. Like, I hate that I feel this way at all. Like, I wish that I was one of those girls that like could get on here and could be very, very confident in what they're saying. Like, I'm about to go over to Japan and slay, honey. Like, I wish that I could be one of those girls, but like, I'm about to move to Japan and slay, honey, girl. I'm about to move to Japan and I'm freaking out type of girl. So I don't know. I guess that's what I want to talk about. Just like the fact that it's a big move and it's a big life thing, and and there's a lot of things that go along with moving yourself over there. Like, I think that, you know, I've been shopping, I've been getting things together because like I feel like that's a good way to take your mind off of things. You know, if you're always constantly out and buying things and getting things together, then by the time the date arrives, like you're like, oh, it's time to go. Like, but since I had to postpone my flight and since I've had more time to kind of just sit in the fact that like I actually am leaving, I think all of it is hitting me at once. Like, everything that is going on and everything that I have to do over there and got to experience over there is actually finally hitting me. And it's scary. It's like, you don't ever think that you're going to do this. Like, I'm just a 22-year-old girl from Alabama. I didn't think that I was going to be going to Japan one day. And I told my mom when I was younger that like one of my dreams is living in Japan, even if it's for a year. And, at some point I thought it wasn't going to happen. I kept trying, like right when I got out of college, I kept trying to go. And, it wasn't happening due to COVID, due to a lot of other things. And it just felt like it wasn't going to happen for me. And now that it's real, really, really real, it's kind of just like, whoa. Like, there's so many times that I've wanted to send an email to the school and be like, hey, I do not think I'm gonna come. This is not for me. Please give my spot to somebody else. I was gonna do that. And like, my mother and father would never know. Hope they never see this video. But I was gonna do that because I just didn't think I was ready. I didn't think that I had the mental capacity to be away from like everybody I know and everything, and also have the confidence to like make new friends. Like, even in the group chat that we're in, I like sent a link to an article that had like some good information about like what it's like signing up for classes in Japan. And this guy texted in there and was like, our school is completely different from that. Like, why did you send that? And I was like, bitch, like, you can't play me. That's another thing. Like, I understand that there are a lot of black people that are going to be in Japan, and it'll be a very slim chance that they will be African American, but you cannot play with an African American woman. Do you really think that I'm going to let you talk to me any type of way? My best friend's family used to call me their slave. Yeah. Jigaboo. Porch monkey, charcoal. I was called that in high school, and I had to deal with that. This one girl tried to come to my class and fight me because I dated a white guy that she liked, and she said that like a black girl shouldn't be with a white guy. You know what I mean? Like, to think do you really think that me, Morgan, is going to go over to Japan and let you play me, let you talk to me any type of way? That's another thing that I'm scared about. Like, my mother has already been like, no, when you go over there, be really nice and be really welcoming. And it's like, I will, but like, you cannot play me. Like, I can't allow you to play me. Like, black women have always had to demand their respect. You guys would never, ever give it. Never. You guys would never, ever give us a free pass to the front of the line like you do the white women. So like, we have to demand our respect. So yeah, I think about the fact that when I go over to Japan, I'm not going to let people fucking play me. Japanese, Chinese, They from the UK. Anybody that's at that school that tries to play me, try to be passive aggressive, try to do like I said, microaggressions, try to be racist in my face, like, I'm telling you, it's gonna be the fist. When like they're gonna have to keep me off of campus before they shut me up. Like, I'm telling you, like, watch me be reported. Like, Morgan told me to shut the F up. And I'm be like, well, they call me a nigga. So what nah? You know? So I think that's the only thing I'm scared of, that like people are really gonna be like so bad to me that like it brings out that side of me, because I don't mind flipping the switch. I'm not ashamed of that side to me, because I feel like every time somebody tries to play in your face being racist or anything like that, and you speak up and say something to them, I feel like it's always making my ancestors pat me on the back, being like, oh my God, there was so many times where I wanted to punch Massa out or cuss him out and I couldn't do it. And now look at you, pat on the back. You know what I mean? Like, so I like, that's the only thing I'm scared of, that like I'm gonna go over there and people are gonna like be in my face racist, and then I'm gonna be like, I hope your mother dies and fall down the stairs into hell. You know what I mean? So I think on the worry list, I think it's like being away from my parents like that long of a distance, and just the fact that like people could be very like racist towards me or display microaggressions, and I have to like and everybody's gonna expect me to bite my tongue, but I know for sure that I'm not. And then like another thing is just the fact of like making friends and being confident enough to like, put yourself out there, because I am a very confident person. But at the same time, like, some things do make my insecurities flare up. And I think about the thought of like putting yourself out there and being your authentic self and getting rejected. And I know people will say like, it's okay if you get rejected, that means they weren't the friends for you and you could be alone. But like, and I understand that, I get that. But like, it still is a very sad thought to think that you'll be in a totally different country alone. That like every time you want to go to a cat cafe, every time you want to try a new pastry, every time you want to like go walk down a certain street, go view cherry blossoms or whatever, you have to do that with yourself, because you've just kind of like been like, whatever, no one's gonna like me, so I don't care. Like, no, I don't care. Another thing I'm kind of concerned about is how much money I'm going to spend. Like, I'm not a shopaholic, but when it comes to spending money, I'm going to do it. And so I think about the fact that, like, when I'm in graduate school, I'm not going to work. Like, my mother's strict rule with us is that when you're in graduate school, you do not have a job. And if you do have a job, it needs to be, like, the bare minimum job. And so since I know I'm probably not going to be able to find a job because I don't speak Japanese, I'm not going to work. And so I think about the fact that, like, am I going to have enough money for things? Like, if I do see something in the window of a shop and I go check it out and I like it, like, will I be able to buy it? Like, I don't want to feel cheated out of my experience. I don't want to feel like when I'm over there, I'm struggling for money, or I feel like I never have enough to do anything I want to do. Like, there are other parts of Japan I want to go visit. Like, I swear to God, I want to go visit Kyoto so bad. And, I'm afraid that like I won't have the money to do any of that stuff, and like the experience that I have over there is gonna be like the broke bitch experience, when really I want like not the broke bitch experience and not the high class bitch experience, but probably like the in between experience. No, the experience of a college student who like isn't worried about money too much, because yes, I'm gonna budget, yes, I'm gonna worry about money, but I meant like, if I am going out with a friend, I know I can cover my meal. Not like it'll be like, oh guys, I have to pass today because like I don't like only have $2 in my account. Like, it'll be like, I got about $5. Like, can we get something for $5? Like, you know what I mean? Like, or can we get something for like, can we go somewhere and just spend $10 today? I don't want to look up and it's like, yeah, you can't experience this and that and that and this because you never have enough money for it. Another thing that I am a little bit afraid of is people relying on me. Like, I feel like when I was at university, I had certain friends that always came to me with everything, because even though we're in the same boat, sometimes it takes a little more information, or it takes me a little longer to truly understand things. But once I understand things, I can really work it out in my head. And I'm also really a huge go-getter. Like if we have a problem that needs solving, if we need something that figures out, like I'm instantly like, well, okay, we need to go. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to email these people, call these people, or whatever. And at university, a lot of people caught on to that with me. And not a lot of people, but people like in my group or in my classes caught on to that. And so they would always hit me up to go email the teacher, go call this faculty member, or, you know, and I would be the only one to buy books. And so they'd be like, oh, let's just like, you know, do like we go back and forth with the book. Like sometimes I have it, sometimes you have it. Like it felt like I was the one that everybody went to for all the answers to questions. Like, oh, the teacher emailed this thing, can you forward it to us? Oh, the teacher said something but I don't remember, can you email her? Like I hate the thought of like going over there and people are going to see me as the person that like they can rely on, like they get all their information from. That's gonna be so fucking annoying. And like I hope I don't pop off with that. I'm so scared about popping off. I don't think you guys realize that TikTok has really truly made me build up a tough skin, and it's really made me, like a lot of people say that like social media will teach you how to shut up. Social media has taught me how to speak out even more, because like I said, people will really try to treat you like shit if you let them. People will really try to like, they'll take you being silent as you being like a pushover these days. Like people say silence, like not giving into what they say. No, a lot of times people will see like silence as a way to getting your skin even more. So I don't know. I'm afraid about popping off. I don't know. I hate that I feel this way at all. I hate that I have these worries. I hate that I have these jitters. I hate that the only thing that excitement is not the only thing that's inside of me right now, because I feel like when everybody talks to me about Japan, everybody's like, how excited are you? And I bet you're bouncing off the walls. You're counting down the days. And it's like, the closer I get, the more concerned about these little things that, you know, I become. Like, it's like, you know, I hate that excitement isn't the only thing in my head, but like, I have worries. Like I still go to therapy every week, and like I've been talking to my therapist, like, dude, I have the jitters, you know? So I do hope it works out. I don't think it's going to be everything I imagine, because of course, anywhere you move to and you have these high expectations, there's going to be something that shoots it down. But like, I do hope it is everything that I deserve. I guess I'll say that. I guess instead of saying I hope it's everything I want, I hope it's everything I deserve in an experience. Because I think I deserve to explore, buy, taste, see, smell, you know what I mean? And I hope Japan is all that for me. And if it isn't, you'll be hearing about it on this YouTube channel. And if it is, then you'll be hearing about it on this YouTube channel. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to everything. And I know this didn't really have a bunch of direction, but thank you for letting me just sit here and just talk about what's on my mind, because that means more to me than anything. So it's Thursday. Have a great weekend, because this is about to be the weekend. Have a great weekend.